I am so honored to address all of you today. I'm honored and privileged to be a part of this great program that's gone on for quite some time, and to follow in the footsteps of other great speakers to talk about the things that are so important to us, our independence, right, our country, and what that means. Today I'd like to talk to you about something that is missing, I think, today in our leadership in Congress, our leadership in the presidency, and that is our American idealism. The idea that we can always be better, that we can always strive to do more. You know, we heard earlier that when the Declaration of Independence was ratified, it declared boldly that all men are created equal and all men have certain inalienable rights, even at a time when all men were not treated equally and all men did not have all those rights. And we've progressed to make sure that all men do have those rights, and all women have those rights, and all people of all races have those rights, and all people of all creeds have those rights, and all people, regardless of how they love the LGBTQ community, they have the rights too. But we need to go further. We need to do more, and we need to put back this American idealism that we started with when we declared that all people have these rights. We need to go back to this idea of hope for our country. We need to return that to Congress. And we need to say to people that when you try to steal our hope, when you try to steal our ideals, that you do not represent us, and we're going to show you the door.
That's right.
Today is that day when we decide what our democracy is going to be in the future. We won't stand in the present and argue with the past and risk losing that future. We're going to look forward. We're going to progress with our progressives and our activists. As Democrats, we're going to do more, and we're going to turn this valley blue.
Yes, we are!
These institutions, these new groups, people are coming because they've had enough. They are signing up to be a part of this great movement because they want to be able to look at their grandkids and their great-grandkids and say, on that day, I decided that our democracy would be here for you. I sacrificed the present so I could preserve our future as a country for all. And so today, I want you to know that we can turn this valley blue, and we can take back the 23rd district, and we can take back the 21st and the 22nd, and we can represent our values in Congress. And I do believe healthcare is a human right, and I will start day one making sure that we have Medicare for all. I also believe that we need to stop feigning away from the travesty that is our immigration policies, and we need to adopt a true path to citizenship. We need to stop criminalizing immigrants. We need to start embracing them, and I would propose changing the law so that it's no longer treated as a crime, and that the status of your immigration has a 3-year statute of limitations, and then after that, you're on the road to permanent residency. We also have to make sure that we're preserving our environment. Just as we saw not too long ago, in the last couple of weeks, that they're trying to destroy our monuments. They're trying to take away the preservation of the beauty of this district and the districts surrounding it, and we will stand firmly against that, and we will make sure we preserve our forests, our deserts, so that they are here not only for us, but for forever. Because that is what's worth conserving, and that is what's worth preserving, and that's what we're going to do. But I can't get there alone. So today, while I may offer some good ideas and some good plans, really what I offer is a challenge to all of you. Because as I go to your homes and your houses and your cities, I need you. I need you to come out and help. I need you to go to your friends and tell them the valley is changing, and you can hold your head up high and proclaim proudly, I am a Democrat, and we get things done.
Wow, what an inspiration. I am so inspired to see so many true blue Democrats here. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for being such great supporters last year during my campaign. This year, this July 4th, 2017, will actually be the 212th 4th of July celebration that the Huerta Fernandez has celebrated in this country. Right? My great-great-great-great-grandfather was born in Rochester, New York in 1805. And even though we have been a part of this nation for more than 200 years, we are still treated as immigrants. And that's okay. I have no problem with that. But for some reason, people think that by the color, they judge me by the color of my skin, they judge me by my height, you know, they judge me from the area of the nation that I come from. You know, my mother's father was in the state legislature in New Mexico and was expelled because he got into a fist fight with an anti-labor representative and punched him out. You know? And so our family has been here in this country fighting for rights, you know, for now centuries. And I had the good fortune of being the son of Dolores Huerta and learning about voting rights, you know, in the 70s when Caesar and my mother were trying to organize and give farm workers the right to choose a union of their own choosing. And when the Agricultural Labor Relations Act was passed in 1975, and my mother took us on the boycott to New York, and we lobbied and we boycotted and put economic pressure on agricultural growers here locally to pass that law, and Governor Jerry Brown signed that law during his first term as governor. 150,000 farm workers voted for union representation here in California. Never has that happened, and farm workers do not have the right to vote for a union of their choosing in any other state in this nation. You know, so that just shows you, even though we've come a long way, and we know that voting is a right, we still have a long way to go. And at every turn in other states, and they're knocking on California's door, they're trying to suppress our rights to vote. And we know that we cannot let that happen. And that's why I'm so inspired here this morning, because we know that we still have a lot of work to do. We have to go out there and we have to protect the ballot box. We have to fight against voter suppression, and we have to be able to continue to vote to maintain and achieve those gains that we want to make. So if I were elected to Congress, not only would I fight to preserve national parks such as Sequoia, the Cesar Chavez Monument, which is right up the road here in our own home community, which of course we have very few cultural symbols and monuments recognizing the great work of great people like Cesar Chavez and Martin Luther King throughout the country. You know, I would fight to make voting automatic. If you're born in this country, you have the right to vote, no questions asked. We shouldn't require a voter ID law that you have to go and pay. What's the difference between paying for a voter ID and a poll tax? There's no difference. It's just another way to keep people, our people, brown people like me, from having the right to vote and having to have a seat at the table. And that's what this fight is about. It's about getting good people elected, like Robert Owens, getting good people, our young Democrats here, to have a future, to know that they will be able to change this country for all of us in the future. So if my mother was here this morning,
Where is she?
she's in San Antonio, Texas. You know, Viva Dolores Huerta. So my mother would ask, who has the power? And what do we say? We have the power, right? Who's going to win the 23rd? We're going to win the 23rd. Who's going to win the 21st? We're going to win the 4th. And then we're going to walk up the street here and we're going to take the 22nd, right? Thank you.
In these crazy times when every day we hear about another unbelievable story coming from the Republicans, aren't you proud to be a Democrat? Well, I definitely am. My name is Abigail Solis. I am the president of the Early March School District Board of Trustees in Tulare County. And it is my privilege and my honor to announce that I will be running for Senate District 14 against Andy Vida. If I say something you agree with, please say yes. I know that in Senate District 14, we have very hard-working people. Yes? I know that in Senate District 14, we have hard-working immigrants. Yes? Yes? And I know that California is a beacon of hope. Yes? Yes? And Senate District 14 should represent that same beacon of hope. Yes? Yes? It's about time that this district is taken back, right? This is our district. Yes. We have majority numbers members here. We have majority Democrats registered in Senate District 14. There is no reason why we can't have that seat. How many of you want that seat back? Yeah! I won't take too much time, but I want to let you know that to me, I believe in education. I believe that it is very important for every young person in this district to believe in themselves. And I know that education is the key to that belief. I believe that employment is important to every hardworking person in this district. And I know that if you give our people an opportunity to do something other than work in the fields, they will take that opportunity. And they deserve that opportunity. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you all during the next few months on the campaign trail. Again, my name is Abigail Solis. No se les olvide. Gracias.